Okay, welcome back. Today we're gonna create we're gonna move a few things around in our code. First off, first thing I want to do, I want to take this integer, the speed integer, copy. No, I want to cut that. And I want to move it down here. Why, you ask, do I want to do that? Well, because this is where it's used. Okay? And I'm just going to put a little bit of white space in here to make things easier to read. But this is where it's used at. It's not used anywhere else, right? So there's kind of a basic premise of programming. It's like it's a we'll get more into it when we start writing custom methods and custom functions and stuff. But there's a this really doesn't fit the DRY, but there is a concept called DRY, do not repeat yourself, and that's where you find yourself using things over and over and over again. So instead of like, if I need to write this serial print, in several different places, I'll just write a custom function instead and call that function. That way I can put that function in several places. This is a little bit like that, but it's basically like compartmentalizing everything and keeping everything where it needs to go. But what do we see here? That has changed our code, right? See what's going on here? Because now that we have scoped this, and this is why we're doing it, we're seeing what's going on. We're checking out the code and we're saying, why did that happen? Well, because every time we call my custom function, right, our original expectation may have been that this was going to count up to 200 like it was the last time. But now, every time we call custom function, it's initializing this variable all over again. So that's one of the reasons why we had it outside of the function in the first place. See, it's initializing the variable at 1, and then it's incrementing, and it's saying add 1 to the value of speed, and then return the new value, because the plus signs are on the left side, right? So we return the new value back to the variable, and we print line. So it's printing a 2, right? We initialize at 1, we add 1, return the new value, that's 2, and we print line. But what about all this down here? Why isn't that working? Well, because this is in a loop. This is in a loop function. So every time it runs, which is like milliseconds, right? Look at that. I mean, if you pause that, it's running it. That's 9 hours, 17 minutes, 4 seconds, and these are milliseconds, right? And you see it's running every millisecond, or darn near. So that many times, it's reinitializing the variable speed. Does that make sense? So, in order to prevent that from happening, this is why we're not doing it that way. Let's just put all of our variables. Let's put our variable up here. Excuse me. That was rude. Let's put our variable up here. And now let's just rerun our sketch. So we took our variable out of the function, right? And we put it back up here where we scope it globally. And now you see we're behaving once again because we're not reinitializing this variable back to 0 every single time. Every single time we run this custom function. This is running the custom function based on this variable up here, not based on the variable inside of it. Does that make sense? It's kind of weird, but okay. We're getting close to 5 minutes now, so I'm gonna stop this video and prepare for the next one. But this has been a pretty nice little experiment on variable scoping, and so hopefully we'll encounter you'll encounter variable scoping time and time and time and time and time again. So this is just a brief introduction to it.